Hello girls and boys, ladies and gents, pipe smokers, pipe lovers, welcome to this channel. I am Daniel Mustran, I'm pipe maker from Croatia, and today it is time to put some of my pipes to a cleaning process using salt and alcohol. So I will show you what I'm doing normally to have this done for my pipes. Since with this corona thing, I didn't have any alcohol available to me in my house at the moment. What I had is a plum brandy, a moonshine, privately made brandy from plums, and you can use vodka, you can use for alcohol, you can use whiskey or whatever you prefer, as long as it is a strong alcohol. Higher alcohol volume the better, it will evaporate sooner, but in my case I think that this will be perfectly okay. Yeah, cheers. It will work. So let me show you how I'm doing this. Most of pipes that I have on the table are bent pipes. So as I said, you need to fill the pipe right until you reach almost to the top. And the pipes are bent, so you don't need to worry that some of the alcohol will spill out on this side. But if you have a straight pipe like this one, if you leave it sitting on the table, probably some of the alcohol will go out of here. So what you need to do is you need to tilt it using maybe this or something else. As long as the mouthpiece is elevated a little bit, it is okay. Next thing what you need to do is you need to have something like this. See? Why? Because it's simply easier to deliver the alcohol into the pipe. You want to be very careful when adding alcohol into the tobacco chamber, simply because if some of the alcohol goes on the rim, you will ruin the stain on top of the rim. Even if it goes out, the pipe will be probably ruined regarding staining. So you need to be very, very careful. Next thing that you need to look when you are adding alcohol here is how the salt is looking. If the salt is looking like it is dry, then you need to add more alcohol. If it starts to look like it is moist, then you need to stop. Okay? I'm not sure if you will see that on the video, but you need to look after that. The moment you think that it doesn't have to flow in alcohol, you don't need to deliver a large amounts of alcohol. It needs to have salt moist, only that. So the moment you see the salt getting moist, then you add enough alcohol. So I will try to show you how this is looking real life, and I'm not sure if I will be able to do that because of the video is limited, so let me show you. Okay, so you can find these in any pharmacy probably, because it's a normal thing. It has a rubber tip, rubber other side, and this is a glass. So what you do is you take a little amount of alcohol and just add drop by drop and wait until you see that it starts to become moist, and it doesn't suck anymore, the moisture, you know. It's already moist, but you can add a little bit more. It doesn't have to, the oil, the salt doesn't have to be covered in alcohol. Okay, we will add a little bit more. Maybe you can see on the video that this is a little bit darker in color. It's already not white. This is because the salt is actually moist. We will add a little bit more a little bit later. Okay, it is good, you know, it's not critical as long as you don't put too much of alcohol to ruin the stain, and that salt is not completely covered with liquid, you know. This chamber is a little bit bigger, so I will have to add a little bit more, and watch that it stays dry on this side. It needs to be dry, otherwise it will, you know, start going on your stain, and that will not be a fun thing to, you know, have. Okay, I think it's enough. As I said, the amount of alcohol, it's not really critical, but just be careful with the rims. Alcohol will disperse and go into every corner of the chamber, but so don't like go around, you know, you don't have to, you just drop it in the middle. A little bit more and I'm done. If you by accident drop a little bit of alcohol on the rim, just wipe it off as quickly as you can and hope for the best. That's a problem with this method. Yeah, okay, I think it's enough. Or for every pipe. Every one of those look a little bit like moist, so I think it's enough. Okay, let's see what we got on the other side. Let's check them out. Everything is okay. Yeah, it should be, because the tenants are really well sealing everything, but still, you know, it should not drop any on the other side. But you need, as I said, the method is really okay, but you need to be very, very careful. And as you can see already, maybe it starts to become darker on the rim, because alcohol is sucking out the oils and everything else from the cake. So yeah, you leave that like this, drying preferably until the next day, so that it dries completely and that it sucks as much as it can from the cake. And you will probably end up with salt looking completely dirty and even brown, and that's perfectly normal. So we will be back when this process is done, and I will show you how this is looking after. popping out the tin of this one. It's a AGU tobacco Flanagan. That will be an interesting tobacco, I think. Hello girls and boys, ladies and gents. I'm Daniel Mustran. I'm pipe maker from Croatia. Welcome to my channel. That is something interesting. See? And wow. That will be something interesting. I have cleaned my pipes, and few notes you need to watch on. If you are using alcohol that is not a high proof, like brandy or something, not 96% of alcohol, you need to watch that oh, I'm impressed with this tobacco, sorry. You need to watch that if your alcohol that you are using is not a very high proof, you need probably a lot more time to dry the pipes and also to dry the tobacco inside when you are doing the cleaning. So if 96% alcohol is used, you will need probably at least a day to be able to remove it from the tobacco chamber. Why? Because if you have a liquid alcohol inside the chamber that is sucked into the salt crystals, when you remove it from the chamber, some of the alcohol will be spilled out onto the outside rim here and might ruin your stain. So what you like to do is to wait until you are completely sure that alcohol has evaporated from or at least almost evaporated from the salt. That is not a problem when you have 96% of alcohol that you are using, but it might be a problem with brandies and homemade stuff or whatever that I sometimes use. So for those alcohols you will maybe need a lot more time and allow them to dry. As I said, it is important only because you need to look after your rim on the opening of the pipe of the chamber. Other than that, as long as it is working, just a sec. Other than that, as long as it is wet, it will be doing its job. It will suck the tars and everything from the walls, from the cake, and that's basically what it needs to do. Personally, most of the times I'm using high proof 96% alcohol, and it is evaporated and done by the next day. So you don't have to worry about that when you are done. Okay guys, have fun, hope you liked the video, and cheers.